That's interesting. Hi, it's Todd from Todd's Workshop and Todd Cutler here, and today we have got fire arrows and a knight. What's not to like about that? So, we are going to start with his shield, and then we'll take the shield away, go for his breastplate, take the breastplate away, go for the mail, go for the gambeson, just leaving the ballistic gel torso behind. You get the idea. So I had these left over from a film shoot, and it just seems like the perfect opportunity to see what happens to all of the layers. But the thing is, this in my hand is not a beautiful 160-pound English longbow. It's not, you can tell. It is, however, a fantastic simulator for that, because it shoots medieval weight arrows at exactly the same speed as a 160-pound yew longbow does. Again, I've got films on that, go check them out. Many thanks to the guys at History Hit for leaving the ballistic gel torso with me. I did a film with them a couple of days ago. It'll be out in a while, but it'll be good. Go check it out. Anyway, time for some action. Some of you may not have seen my film on fire arrows. If you haven't, for goodness sake, go and watch it. It's great, biased. However, it's a half-an-hour film talking all about 15th century fire arrows, the construction, the formulation, what's in them, how they were used, what they do. And this is it. And the thing is, I know I'm not making it up, you know I'm not making it up. I showed you all the books that the recipes come out of, original manuscripts back from the day. These things were, if not everywhere, they were pretty common. And common enough that even by 1400 they had a colour coding system for what colour fire arrows did what, whether they'd be sticky, whether they'd be burny, whether they'd be smoky. It's all there in the books, just got to go look. But this is going to be lit off a slow match. So just a little burning cord here. It is, of course, for those of you who are saying, it's a modern fuse, it's not an old fuse. But it just makes my life a bit easier. And a bit more reliable, it must be said. So, I'm going to span up, load our arrow, and we're going to go against the shield. So just going to light that up. Wait for it to ignite. And shoot. Let's go have a look at that. As you can see here, this is stuck in the shield. It's still burning. This is really noxious smoke, and actually they could put really nasty stuff in it, like arsenic and camphor and things. You're not going to want that near you. He has to drop his shield. Hasn't gone through, well, it's gone through a bit, hasn't burnt through, but he can't hold it. It's a bit better than an oily rag on a stick. So let's take this away. That was the shield. Let's see what the breastplate does. I can't think a great deal, really. But, you know, you never know. Well, what happened there? That is the depressing problem with shooting oldie worldy arrows off a modern bow. Just so you know, they're really quite difficult to put out. Unfortunately, I had a string breakage on my 160-pound simulator, so I've now moved over to my 120-pound simulator. So just to say again, this crossbow shoots medieval weight arrows at the same speed that a 120-pound medieval longbow shoots them at. So, we'll carry on. Just see in the distance there, it's burning away. Well, that was an unlikely happening. Just going to remove the breastplate here. It hit just under the V, in fact. You can see the rosin that's left on it. So, lovely. So now it's the mail and the gambeson. Hi, I've just interrupted today's film for another Todd Cutler related interesting fact. And today, English and Italian basil art. Really strangely, very popular in Italy, very popular in England, not so much really in between. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, this and loads of similar items available on toddcutler.com. Anyway, back to the film. We're lit. Now we've got to go look at that. So basically, that's a £120 bow. The 160 might have gone in, but actually male and a gambeson is a pretty hard target. This is definitely not what you would want. And then if you pull the arrowhead, that is just grim. You can't grab it, it's too hot. Can't pull it out. I suppose you could probably scrape it off really quickly. I'm not going to try that. But it's not very nice. So time to get the male off. Still smouldering a little bit there. So it didn't really protect him, it must be said. It didn't go through, but it really tangled right in there. Put that out. And there's actually quite a burn here, so he would have got burnt himself, he would have got burnt through that. You know, not enough to kill him, but it's not going to be very nice. Helmet back on. So now it's time for gambeson only. Oh, straight in the same hole as before. Anyway, let's go have a look. It's also giving the game away a little bit, because I think we all know what's going to happen now when the ballistic gel, because it hit the same hole. Anyway, oh my goodness me. Look at that. Disgusting goo. So you light it off this, because you want to time your release. You don't light them off braziers. Oh, that's interesting. Now how about that? The arrowhead just detached. So now if he wants to do anything about that, he's got to burn his hands. He has no other choice. Smoke coming out of his armpits. I mean, it's just burning up his whole front. So inside he's going to be getting hot, but the whole front of his gambeson is burning away. There's nothing really he can do about that. He can't pull it off. He can't really kick it away because of the barbs. Can't get anybody else scrape it away, I suppose, with another weapon. But you know what? He's going to be in a lot of fear about now. And standing still waiting for your mate to deal with that might not be what he's doing. So now it's gambeson off, ballistic gel, so basically bare flesh. Or at least a shirt or a pair of trousers. It's not going to make much difference. Look at the inside. So that's the first hole. This is the second one here. And yes, you can see daylight. Nasty business. Sadly, this will be the last shot. Be the end of our experiment today, and then we'll conclude. We are good to go. Just lighten the fuse. Because if this has got noxious stuff in it, you want that noxious stuff going off over there. Oh, nasty. Let's go have a look. Well, whatever is going on, you know it's not very nice. So the arrowhead's gone right through. Smoke coming out the back. Smoke coming out the front. Somewhere in his chest cavity. That is boiling away. You can hear it. That is about as grim as it can possibly get. But, and I'll say this again, go back and look at my other film, I talk about the uses. Open battlefield, basically unarmed people, it's not what they were about. But today, this guy, not a good day for him. You're always going to hit the odd combatant, even if what you're going for are forage stores. That is just vile, and there's just a constant stream of jelly pouring down the front. And you can hear it. I'll be quiet now so you can listen. Apparently, you're supposed to push arrows through. I don't suppose that would help him much. So, is there a conclusion to be made? Don't get shot by one. The other one is other garments, armour, will protect you from these because they're heavy, and that means they're kind of slow. So actually their penetrative power is not great. And actually maximum distance on a 160-pound bow, it was about 150 metres, I think, from memory. But if you're not wearing armour, it just couldn't be more devastating. The other thing to conclude, seen the way it burnt inside him? 15th century fire arrows? Clever stuff indeed. See ya.